4.2 seconds left on the clock. Score tied at 90. The entire city of Toronto holds its breath. This isn't just another playoff game, it's Game 7 of the 2019 Eastern Conference semifinals, and everything rides on this final possession. The Raptors' gamble on trading for Kawhi Leonard comes down to this moment. One shot to either make history or add another chapter to Toronto's playoff heartbreaks. As Kawhi sprints toward the corner, Joel Embiid's 7-foot frame shadows him like a tower. What follows next would become more than just a game winner. It would become the first Game 7 buzzer beater in NBA playoff history.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger? Game! Series! Toronto has won!
A shot that would bounce not once, not twice, but 4 times before sealing its place in basketball legend. But how did one shot manage to silence every critic and change the course of an entire franchise? The summer of 2018 shook the NBA when Toronto made their boldest move ever, trading away their beloved all-star DeMar DeRozan for a seemingly broken Kawhi Leonard. After playing just 9 games in his final Spurs season due to a mysterious quad injury, many called this trade the biggest risk in Raptors history. The questions were endless. Would Kawhi even show up to play? Could he return to his MVP-level form? Was trading away Toronto's most loyal star worth gambling on a potential 1-year rental? The pressure mounted as Toronto's front office staked their reputation on a player who hadn't touched the court in almost a year. But as the 2019 season unfolded, Kawhi proved the doubters wrong game after game. His load management plan worked perfectly, keeping him fresh for what would become an epic playoff run. Against Philadelphia in the semifinals, both teams pushed each other to the absolute limit. Joel Embiid dominated inside, Ben Simmons created havoc in transition, but Kawhi answered every challenge, averaging an incredible 34.7 points across the series. After 6 brutal games, neither team could pull away. The Sixers' size and talent matched perfectly against Toronto's experience and depth. It all came down to Game 7. Winner takes all, loser goes home. The entire season, the risky trade, Toronto's championship dreams, everything would be judged by these final 48 minutes. Game 7 unfolded like a heavyweight title fight. Every possession mattered as neither team could build more than a 7-point lead. The Sixers struck early, but Toronto punched back. The sold-out Scotiabank Arena crowd roared with each basket, creating an atmosphere that felt like the building might explode. In the middle of this chaos, Kawhi Leonard put on a performance for the ages. Fighting through double teams and physical defense, he carried the Raptors' offense on his shoulders. His mid-range jumpers kept falling, his defense remained locked down, and his 41-point masterpiece set a new Raptors Game 7 record. As the fourth quarter ticked down, the tension became unbearable. With 2 minutes left, Jimmy Butler tied the game at 85. The crowd fell silent with every Sixers possession, then erupted with every Raptors basket. At 90 with just 4.2 seconds remaining, Raptors coach Nick Nurse called the timeout that would set up NBA history. The play was simple: get the ball to Kawhi. As both teams huddled around their coaches, the entire arena knew who would take the final shot. The only question was, could Philadelphia stop him? Marc Gasol prepared to inbound the ball, while Leonard began plotting his path to basketball immortality. The ball left Marc Gasol's hands with 4.2 seconds remaining. Kawhi sprinted from the top of the key, curling around to receive the pass. His massive hands secured the ball as Ben Simmons immediately pressed up against him, trying to force a turnover. With remarkable strength, Leonard powered his way toward the corner. Joel Embiid, all 7 feet of him, rushed over to help. Kawhi knew he had to create space. He dribbled once, twice, backing up until he nearly stepped out of bounds. With Embiid's outstretched arm looming over him, Leonard faded away and launched the ball high into the air. Time seemed to freeze. The orange sphere hung in the arena's atmosphere as 20,000 fans held their collective breath. Then came the first bounce on the rim, then the second, the third, the fourth. Each bounce lasting an eternity, each one carrying the weight of an entire franchise's hopes. And then, silence shattered by pure euphoria. The ball dropped through the net as the buzzer sounded. Kawhi's teammates mobbed him. The crowd erupted in a deafening roar that could be heard blocks away from the arena. In that magical moment, the shot was born. A 4-bounce miracle that would forever change Toronto basketball history. This wasn't just another buzzer beater. When the ball finally dropped through the net, it created NBA history on multiple levels. For the first time ever, a Game 7 ended on a buzzer-beating shot. Only once before had any playoff series concluded with a game-winning buzzer beater in a do-or-die situation. Michael Jordan's famous shot over Cleveland in 1989. But what made this moment transcend basketball was its perfect storm of drama. The 4 bounces turned what could have been a quick celebration into an eternal moment of suspense. Every fan, player, and coach lived a lifetime in those few seconds. The raw emotion captured in the photos became iconic. From Kawhi's squat and primal scream to Joel Embiid's tears of despair. This shot marked the exact moment when Toronto's bold trade gamble paid off. All the criticism about trading DeMar DeRozan, all the doubts about Kawhi's health, all the questions about team chemistry, they vanished with that 4th bounce. The Raptors were now just 8 wins away from their first NBA championship, and they had the best player in the world leading them there. The basketball world had witnessed something they'd never seen before and would likely never see again. A Game 7, a buzzer beater, 4 bounces, and history, all wrapped into one unforgettable moment. The shot against Philadelphia became the springboard for Toronto's historic championship run. Riding this momentum, the Raptors took down the top-seeded Milwaukee Bucks in the conference finals before facing the mighty Golden State Warriors dynasty. Kawhi's legendary performance continued as he led Toronto to their first NBA championship, earning Finals MVP honors while averaging 28.5 points across the series. But beyond the trophy, this moment changed Toronto basketball forever. The city that had always been seen as a playoff underdog suddenly became a champion. The shot proved that the Raptors front office made the right decision, even though Kawhi would leave for Los Angeles that summer. One perfect season, capped by one perfect shot, was worth everything. Today, the 4-bounce shot remains frozen in time. It's replayed in arenas, studied by young players, and cherished by fans. The image of Kawhi squatting in the corner, tongue out, waiting for those bounces to end, has become one of basketball's most iconic photographs. In Toronto, they simply call it the shot. No other description needed. In NBA history, certain moments define careers and transform franchises. Jordan's shot over Alo, Ray Allen's corner 3, and now Kawhi's 4 bounces join that legendary list. For a franchise that once struggled to keep star players, this single moment proved Toronto could be a championship city. If you've enjoyed this incredible story of how one shot changed basketball history forever, make sure to hit that like button. And don't miss out on more amazing NBA stories. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. After all, you never know when the next 4-bounce miracle might happen.